Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The English Village. In this video, we will discuss about causative verbs. In my previous video on causative verb, we discussed about the definition and the reasons why we use causative verbs and causative sentences. But in this video, we are going to talk more about causative verbs, especially we are going to have a look at the two different structures that go with causative verbs, especially with have and get. But before discussing all those structures, let's have a recap of why we use causative verbs and causative sentences. In the first example, I cleaned my house. That means the task has been done by myself. I didn't take anybody's help. In the second example, a cleaner cleaned my house. That means I paid the cleaner to clean my house. I didn't do the task by myself. I took somebody's help. And who is that somebody? A cleaner. In order to say this in a causative sentence, I have to say, I had the cleaner clean my house. That means I made the cleaner clean my house because I paid the cleaner. We have a structure here, causative verb plus someone, person, plus base verb, that means first form of verb. Here we have an agent, and the agent is the cleaner. So I made that agent do that task for me. So in this sentence, the agent is cleaner and I had the cleaner clean my house. This is the first structure. So keep that in your mind before we discuss the second structure. Let's have a look. I had my house cleaned. Now, what do you think is missing in this? Have a look. The cleaner. Have you noticed? So, in the first sentence, I said, I had the cleaner clean my house. But in the second sentence, I said, I had my house cleaned. It doesn't matter who cleaned my house. I had that task completed by somebody. It seems like a passive. It sounds like a passive sentence. Some people argue that this is a passive sentence or it is called causative passive. But I have a different opinion and some other English teachers do have a different opinion because if you look at the first sentence, I had the cleaner clean my house. If you look at the second sentence, I had my house cleaned. No doubt here the agent is missing, but I is a subject. But in a passive sentence, the object comes at the beginning of the sentence, at the start of the sentence. But here, I had my house clean. Still, the subject is making the other person do that action. No doubt, the agent is missing. But we can say, I had my house cleaned by the cleaner. So by the cleaner is missing here. It sounds like a passive sentence, but it is not because still the subject has that power of causing the another person to do that task. So the structure in the second sentence is causative verb plus something plus past participle. Past participle means third form of verb. So here in this second sentence, we have that agent missing, that is the cleaner. Let's discuss more about causative verbs have and get. We already know about the definition of causative verbs. In this slide, we are going to talk about causative verbs get and have. And we know get takes to infinitive and have takes base verb. That means first form of verb. And you can see on your screen, I have shown you the two different structures that we just talked about. The first structure is causative verb plus someone, the person, plus base verb, that means the first form. And in the first structure, we have the agent present. In the second structure, we have causative verb, something, object, plus past participle, that means third form of verb, and missing agent. I have given an example of a regular sentence, and then I have converted that regular sentence into the first structure where the agent is present, and then I have converted a regular sentence into second structure where the agent is missing. I think in this way, by comparison, we can understand better because we can have a look at the different examples. Let's have a look at the first example. My husband cooks dinner for me. This is a regular example. Then, according to the first structure, I get my husband to cook dinner for me. So if he is not willing to cook dinner, I have to use causative verb get, and get takes to infinitive. And here the agent is my husband. Let's have a look at another example. According to the structure number 2, I got my dinner cooked. Here the agent is missing. The agent, my husband, is missing. It doesn't matter who cooked the dinner. The main thing is important that the dinner is cooked. Let's have a look at another example. I repaired my car. Now here I'm using have since I am putting the responsibility of repairing car on the technician. So we use have causative verb when we authorize somebody or when we give responsibility to somebody. So according to the first structure, I will say I had the technician repair my car. Here the agent is the technician. Let's have a look at another sentence. According to structure 2, I had my car repaired. Here the agent is missing. The agent, the technician, is missing in this sentence. It doesn't matter who repaired the car, but it does matter that the task has been done or completed. I think by making these comparisons, you understood why we use structure number 1 and why we use the structure number 2. Let's discuss the causative verb have with the second structure. That means have something, object, and past participle, that means third form of verb. We use causative verb have when we authorize someone to do something. In other words, we can say we make somebody responsible to do something for us. Let's have a look at the structure causative verb plus something, that object, plus past participle means third form of verb. Here in this case we have causative verb have, then we need something, that object, then the third form of verb, that means past participle. So here we have a missing agent. Remember, the second structure has a missing agent. We don't have someone, person here. That is a missing agent in this structure. Let's have a look at some examples. Mary has her homework prepared. This is an example in a present form in a present tense. So has is a causative verb here. Her homework is an object, something. Here we are not using a person. So this is object. Prepared is a third form. That means past participle. Let's have a look at the second sentence. That is in the past tense, past form. Mary had her homework prepared. So we have missing agent in this structure number 2. Let's discuss the causative verb get according to the structure number 2. Get, something, object plus past participle means third form of verb. We use get causative verb when we convince someone to do something for us, or when we trick someone into doing something. Let's have a look at the structure. Causative verb plus something, object plus past participle. Here we have a causative verb get plus something, object plus past participle. And here in this structure number 2, we have a missing agent. Do you remember? We have already discussed. And past participle is third form of verb. Let's have a look at some example. I get this agreement signed. This sentence is in a present tense, present form. Get is a causative verb here. This agreement is an object. According to the second structure, we need an object. We do not need an agent. We do not need someone, person. So here, this agreement is an object. Signed is past participle, third form of verb. And missing agent is in this sentence. Number 2 sentence, I got this agreement signed. This sentence is in a past tense, past form. Got is a causative verb. This agreement is something, object. Signed is a third form and agent is missing. After learning about causative verbs, get and have, it's time to have causative verbs fun game. I have given you the structures with agent and missing agent on the screen. Now I am going to give you some sentences and I want you to read all these sentences and try to make these sentences, or you can say try to convert these sentences into structure number 2 where we have the missing agent. So use structure number 2 and use causative verbs get and have. Pause the video and accept the challenge. You can work in a group and come back once you are done. Are you ready? Let's have a look at the different sentences. John got the bathroom cleaned. You have to be sure that you use the same tense. You use the same form so that the meaning would not be changed. So this is an example of structure number 2 with the causative verb get. Number 2, Bryn got the plants watered. Have you seen the agents are missing? In sentence number 1, Alex, the agent is missing. In sentence number 2, his brother, that agent is missing. Let's have a look at the third sentence. He always gets his work done. According to structure number 2, the agent, me, is missing. Another sentence, Mike gets the breakfast baked. His wife that agent is missing. Daniel has his assignment made. The agent, his sister, is missing. The boss had the project finished. The agent, his employees, is missing. So have you noticed? According to structure number 1, we have agent present. But according to the structure number 2, we use object and past participle and the agent is missing. I hope you have fun learning this structure number 2 in the causative verbs get and have. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Leave a comment below the video and I'll get back to you soon to resolve them. I'll come back with fun videos. Till then, bye-bye and have a good day.